Jericho, you guys get him, right? I mean, he debuted. He made an awesome debut on Raw. How, and I know we kind of alluded to the fact that you were a part of getting him, but how did he actually get him in WWF? Were you actually the one that recruited him? Is it JR? I mean, who's actually the one making the call saying, "Hey, we need this guy. We need Jericho because he could be a
No,
big name
yeah,
for
no,
us."
I was the one talking to Jericho, but when it starts getting into contract negotiations, that's when I tag out to JR. I don't get involved in any of that stuff. But I was the one initially talking to Jericho.
So very interesting. I don't know if a lot of people remember this or not, but on the WWE or the WWF.com, the website, they actually announced like weeks early, "Hey, we signed Chris Jericho." Do you remember that, or do you think that
No.
that's a mistake by them to do that? I mean, that
Uh,
seems like
Not really, bro, because of the atmosphere at the time and the war was going on. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So if we can hype people up that Jericho is coming over, I think it was probably a smart thing to do.
You think it spoils his debut at all?
Um, Even if it does spoil his debut, bro, I still think it was the right thing to do.
It didn't hurt, obviously, as far as the
No,
debut because the debut was awesome. There was a few signs in the crowd, people say Jericho's the Millennium Man and stuff like that.
yeah.
Whose idea is the Millennium Man? How does that come about? Because that was so cool. Because you see like 10 days and the countdown. They got the countdown. Very very cool. Very
Yeah,
different.
bro. I think Chris and I had talked like about the countdown, the idea of it. But you got to understand something, bro. Like when something like that is done, like that's all TV production. Like that's all Kevin Dunn and Kevin Dunn's group, bro. That I may have had a conversation with Kevin. This is what Chris and I talked about. But then when they start working on it, that's when you start seeing an unbelievable entrance like that.
Pretty cool because it gives him like a heightened sense of importance immediately. You know what I mean? It's like,
Right,
wow, this guy's getting this countdown video.
right.
So as soon as the countdown ends, you know that this guy is important. And hell, the Rock's in the ring when the countdown ends, so you know he's really important.
Yeah, which was awesome, bro. Just freaking awesome. Just an awesome moment in time.
Man, one of the greatest debuts, if not the greatest debut in the history of the WWF, maybe in the history of wrestling. But that was, I mean, he knocked it out of the park. The
Yeah,
Y2J problem. I mean,
yeah.
everything.
It was great.